sorry, I'm late. So in this issue, we have a pipeline status that shows up in the merge request widget. And there's a couple of different things happening. So I wanted to get front end, back end, and UX on a call because I think that we've gone back and forth on this issue where we couldn't reproduce the error. It looks like front end is receiving the information. And I wanted to see if we felt like we should be visualizing the status differently, or if we just need to get on a call with the user to kind of see what they're seeing. Wanted to just discuss the options with you and what you feel like is the best course to go down here.
I don't think I mean, unless Marius wants to, I don't think we need the user because yesterday Marius sent me some merge requests from database query he ran, and we were able to reproduce it on .com. I'm not able to reproduce it on my local GDK, I guess, because I need to somehow replicate that error. But we're starting to lean more towards it's a backend bug, but there's so many different places for like to try to pin this down. It's been a little difficult, but I mean, maybe Marius could speak a little bit more on that.
Yeah, I don't think that we need a call with the user. Perhaps we could have him run a snippet for us and give us a portion of their logs, because the error is untraceable on .com. I've only seen some database statement errors, but those seems to be related to when the user have a lot of scheduled pipelines. So there are a lot of pipelines. But yeah, I think it's a backend issue because we failed to update the head pipeline for a merge request, but I'm not sure why does it happen.
Okay. And then that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for walking me through that. So it sounds like then I think that VTK, you and I mentioned there are steps that we ask users to take in the documentation when they do run into this error, which says open and close your merge request and then do some steps and it should render the pipeline status. I wonder, as your recommendation was, Vitika, if we should surface some of these steps in a pipeline, in an error banner, rather than in the pipeline status that we currently have, if that would help users have like some more discoverability rather than actually doing something different to resolve the backend error. Because Marius, to your kind of point, I wonder if we would be able to actually fix the problem since it's so transient, and if this would be actually just easier to surface troubleshooting steps and then having the user execute those troubleshooting steps.
Okay, so one step that works for solving this problem is to open and close the merge request.
I don't know if that's right. I thought that bug section of that docs that I linked to in the issue was saying like, this is how you replicate this bug. Or am I misunderstanding that?
So Peyton, you had shared a link for the doc, and that took me to a section troubleshooting. And at the end of the section, we have this. Can I share my screen for a while?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, then I'll do that. So
yeah,
which screen am I sharing?
Yeah, that's right.
This one, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. If we can just surface this for now in the pipeline widget itself.
Okay, so yeah, I think when you open a merge request on the backend, we run some code that updates the head pipeline value. So I think the problem is on the backend now because we failed to update that value. Yeah, but I have no idea why.
Yeah, okay, I didn't see that little snippet. I thought we were talking about the bug right there. So I'm guessing we're just saying, hey, we have a bug that we've already identified. Is that right?
Yeah, like we we know that this is a bug now. And I think now I feel like we have a couple of choices here, which is, do we try to solve the root cause of this problem in the back end, or do we just surface this troubleshooting message more obviously inside our platform?
Mhm.
And it sounds like, based off of Marius's hesitancy, that it might be easier just to surface this message more clearly, because we already point users to the documentation to go read this. But this
Right.
documentation isn't helping the users because they are so frustrated.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know how to fix this problem. But if we
Yeah.
just tell them, hey, open and close your merge request,
Yeah, because I missed that little snippet too that
exactly.
Boudica has highlighted there. I looked straight over that.
Yeah. And so that's why we're trying to prompt users to do that inside the merge request, like just changing that text there in this case. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay,
Okay,
so we'll just slap a Band-Aid on it until we get the actual fix.
Well, I don't know if the actual fix, do we know the actual fix, I think, is my question here.
Currently we don't, but does this problem happen more on .com or for self-hosted? I've seen comments from self-hosted, not from .com users.
It seems to be a transient bug in both cases. Like, I can't seem to find a consistent version that's reporting. The answer is yes, it's both on self-managed and .com, but I can't find like a consistent version that's showing that they're experiencing it.
Perhaps we could add some steps, some script steps in the troubleshooting document to collect more data from the users. So instead of them saying, hey, this doesn't work for me, they could give us more data on what happened.
Oh, like actually through the UI, or or maybe
or
give them
in an issue.
provide feedback or something to an issue or something. Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, like, if we look at like 10 months ago, somebody reported that like this pipeline isn't succeeding, and they did the MR problem, and then they did from the pipeline view. So like, I think we have a lot of information in this issue as is.
Okay.
From the history of the issue comment, but we can try to collect more.
Yeah, looking at the other issue, yeah, it seems that the head pipeline does not update, but we don't have an error to point us to a root cause.
Interesting.
So maybe we do need to like do something with the user, that we can ask the user to run a snippet like you were recommending earlier, Marius.
Yeah, and if we could get a trace for when the error happens, that would be great, because we know the problem.
Okay. Can you give me the words that I need to ask them? Or maybe you can chime in and ask them directly, because I don't really have the exact words that you need.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I can send you the comment in order to ask them, because we have someone that's like super mad because when I closed the issue, they kind of like they got angry, which is great, because that's super good engagement.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
so this is the I just chatted the comment that you can ask like what you need from that particular user, if you don't mind, or you can Slack me the language, and I don't mind asking either, but let me know.
Okay.
I can do it, no problem.
Okay, perfect.
So we know now from backend standpoint, we've got to get a little bit more info from the user. From a front end standpoint, do we need any additional UX here, Vitica, or is it something you need to explore a little bit more?
So first of all, I need to know like what is it that we are settling for. So um, one is that we have to surface that message on the widget and present it to the user more overtly. But secondly, as Marius just mentioned, are we also providing link in the documentation or somewhere in the banner for collecting more information from them?
I think so. So if we get this trace back from the user, and if we identify the root cause of the problem and we fix the bug, then
Mhm.
we may not need to change the error messaging and handling inside
Okay,
the actual widget, because if we're resolving the root cause of the bug, then
Okay.
got it.
Yeah.
then linking to the documentation becomes irrelevant, because then they won't need to open and close their merge request to resolve the
Yeah.
Right.
pipeline issue.
And my only concern is like we show that error message for probably a few different use cases of you know, something happening, and if we show, you know, close and reopen your merge request, it might not actually fix the particular use case that's surfacing that error message, but I'd have to go back and like confirm.
Yeah. So I think for now, we won't change what's being shown for the pipeline status. We'll work with the user on this particular bug. And if we can resolve the root cause, then we don't need to change the error handling,
Okay, yeah, I think that's perfect.
because that's the most ideal case, is that we fix the actual bug and we're not having to like redirect people and like get them clearer band-aids.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Awesome. Well, Marius, thank you for reaching out to that user, and hopefully they'll give us back some trace and error and we'll know what to do. And then Peyton, Vitica, thank you so much for helping me walk through this bug and figure out a better experience here.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you.